Have you ever wondered about the world of people? Why some people behave in a certain way and some people do not? Why some people eat in public and some people do not? Why do some mothers practice exclusive breastfeeding and some mothers do not? Why do some cultures forbid eating snails and some cultures eat snails? Hello, welcome to Unique Nursing YouTube channel. Today we'll be talking about sociology and the importance of sociology to nursing, and be looking at the past questions, sociology past questions in nursing. To start with, sociology is the scientific study of human behavior and society. Welcome to the world of sociology. Sociology is a scientific study of society and human behavior. Do you know what makes some patients come to hospital with a container of herbal medicine? You will know in this video. Make sure you watch this video to the end so that you get to understand sociology proper. In this video, I will be looking at the sociology past questions in nursing, and I will explain all the questions that have been asked previously in nursing, the one I'm aware of, or the one I've been tested during my school years, and the one I've gotten from people that have passed through the PTS level, because sociology is a first level course in School of Nursing. Okay, here is the first question. The first question says, what is the difference between sociology and anthropology? Well, sociology is the scientific study of society and human behavior. Sociology is a social science. Anthropology is a natural science. Sociology study about the contemporary social problems and solutions and suggest solution to it, while the anthropology focus on the ancient cultures and community beliefs and the problem that existed in those cultures. Okay, so anthropology is more about the past, while the sociology study the current social change and predict solutions to those social change. Next, what is sociology? State the importance of sociology in nursing. To start with, sociology is the scientific study of society and human behavior. This really helps nurses and other medical professionals to understand patients' behavior in the clinic or in the hospital environment, even in the society as a whole. Importance of sociology in nursing. Sociology is applicable to all aspects of nursing and the medical profession as a whole, because it helps the medical personnel to understand patients' behavior and attitude. For example, there are some patients that reject medication. Some patients refuse to take their medication. Some patients pray at a certain time when it is their prayer time based on their own belief. So all this attitude and behavior will help the sociology help the nurses and the medical team to understand patient behavior, that oh, this patient is praying because according to his or her belief it is the right time to pray. Sociology is applicable in all aspects, from starting from assessment, care, cure, prevention, management, and even rehabilitation. Sociology is needed because there is constant interaction between the health personnel and the patient, and during that process healing take place. So the interaction might be therapeutic or might not be. So starting from the first contact with the patient, the nurse will be able to understand, observe the patient, understand why the patient is behaving the way they behave, and understand the culture of that patient, and respect the value and belief of every individual that he or she cares for. So that is the function of sociology in nursing. Another question they often ask in sociology is write short notes on the founding fathers and their contributions. Auguste Comte, Karl Marx, Max Weber, Emile Durkheim. These are the four main founding fathers of sociology. They all have their contribution. They all contributed in one way or the other to promote sociology as a social science. Okay, so let's start with the Auguste Comte. To answer this question, there is a pattern you need to follow. All right, the first thing you need to know is that you have to mention the age range. For example, Auguste Comte from 1798 to 1857, that is the age range. Another thing, you mention the most obvious contribution or the major contributions that the person made during his own time. Okay, for example, Auguste Comte coined the word sociology. He is known as the father of sociology because he was the first person who coined the term sociology, or the first person to use the term sociology. Okay, so that is his own contribution. It is also advisable that you mention the country that this person from. Auguste Comte is a French philosopher. So you have to mention the age range, the country that this person is from, and his contribution to sociology. Okay, so that's the pattern you have to follow in all the in describing or explaining the founding fathers of sociology. You have to mention the age range from 1798 to 1857. Then you mention the country. It was a French philosopher, and his contribution is known as the founding fathers of sociology because he first used the term sociology to explain scientific reason why people gathered. Another person that made a huge contribution to the world of sociology is Karl Marx, who lived from 1818 to 1883. He was a German philosopher and an economist. He postulated the theory of class conflict. He advocated for class-free society, whereby the lower workers can get the same pay and treated in the same way with the high class workers, or with the higher paid workers. Okay, so he advocated for a class-free society whereby everybody can receive the same salary and treated equally at their workplaces. Another philosopher who made a huge contribution to the world of sociology is Emile Durkheim, who lived from 1858 to 1917. He advocated for educational reform. He was the person that pushed so that sociology can be studied in universities, and he was also interested in knowing why people commit suicide. So he carried out investigation in different places to discover why people committed suicide. Okay, so that was his own contribution based on the one I can remember. The last question I will discuss here is social mobility. What is social mobility? And explain 5 types of social mobility. What is social mobility? State the 5 types of social mobility. Social mobility refers to a shift in one's social status, or social mobility refers to a shift in an individual's social status from one class to another. It might be higher or lower. It might be transgenerational. might be horizontal, or it might be horizontal or vertical, but there must be a shift and in an individual social status. So that is what social mobility is all about. And there are different types of social mobility. We have vertical social mobility, horizontal for social mobility. We have vertical social mobility, horizontal vertical mobility. We have transgenerational social mobility, intragenerational and intergenerational social mobility. Now, looking at the horizontal mobility, it occurs when there is a change in individual occupation, but the social status remain the same. For example, if a nurse is being transferred from one unit to another, maybe from emergency unit to the theater, and there is no increase in salary, no allowance, nothing, the person still receive the same salary, still remain in the same position. Okay, there is a change of responsibility, but there is no change in social status, no change in influence. So that kind of change is called social mobility. Another type of social mobility is the vertical mobility. This occurs when an individual change in occupation, where there is a change in individual's occupation, religion or political, and at the same time there is a shift in an individual's social status. For example, if a pastor of a church is being promoted to a higher level, and at that position, at a new office, he or she is given a vehicle, a new house, and people respect him or her more than they used to respect, that is a vertical mobility, because there is a change in social status. All right, then we also have the intergenerational and transgenerational mobility. All right guys, so this is where I'm going to stop in this video. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the small bell beside it so you get notified whenever we post a new content like this. All right guys, see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching this video.